We should prioritize the child before strangers. I was taken aback by the reply.
Wow, that is some very intense experiences for a child of your age, and
It helped in bringing all of us together, the whole family.
We're stars and we're beautiful.
hello friends, welcome to our channel Autism and Parenting. Today we are doing another shoot of the sibling series. Sibling series is all about celebrating the siblings of the special children. More often than not, these special kids and the parents get celebrated a lot, but the siblings tend to get ignored. And this is what we want to change in this sibling series. And today we have with us Sandhra. Sandhra, welcome to the show. Sandhra is the sister of Sreehari. Sandhra, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Sandhra. I am currently studying in 11th grade. I've been here in UAE since 2016 and I'll be going back to India this year for my higher education. Music, art and literature are a few of the things that I find passion in. And at home I have my mother, Roshni, my dad, Sandeep, and my little brother, Sreehari. I also enjoy volunteering for various social activities.
So Sandhra, you were born here in Dubai and you went to India when you were 5 years old, and Sri was born in India. And he was diagnosed with autism around when he's 3 years of age. Is that right? 2 to 3 years of age. So tell us about your early years in India and your early memories with Sri.
Honestly, I have a really vague memory of my childhood with Sreehari. It was because I was really young. The age difference between me and Sreehari is just 2 years. My earlier memories of Sreehari were that he was very hyperactive and he was not like what he is now. So he was not really a playful brother. We used to do things together, but he had his own world of his own wishes and likes and dislikes, and I had my own world of dislikes and likes. So my early memories of childhood, I think we did not really play together, or we did not laugh around or joke around like any other sibling pair would do.
So you both were really very young at that age. Now tell us about family in India and the time you guys spent together.
My dad, Sandeep, he was here in Dubai and we were in India, me, my brother and Sri. So one thing that was a positive point for us was our family, other cousins and aunts and all were around us. So they saw us growing up. So they knew about it and they knew how to handle any situation. And Sri had this tendency of running out when the door wasn't locked. So they used to help us whenever he had any issues, or he has this tendency of breaking things sometimes. They would hide all those things when he comes. So they were all accepting. In that matter, we were really blessed with a really understanding family. The other side of it was we were only, restricted to them. We didn't have a lot of other external social interaction apart from the family members. One incident when I think about this right now is when once we went to a park and Sreehari was playing around and we didn't restrict him by holding his hand. He could play. He went on a slide and he pushed another child. And the child fell down and started wailing like any other child. And his father became really aggressive. And my mom explained to him in a nice way that Sri is autistic and that's why he didn't mean to do it. And I was taken aback by the reply. He said, if he's autistic, you should leave him at home. Why do you take him out? And at that really young age, I understood that people are not bothered about whether they had to be included. They weren't aware that such children were there. It was as if they're oblivious to the fact that such children are there. And when I was a child, I didn't find it to be really thought-provoking or something. But that incident stayed with me, and it was later on when that I thought about it and realized that what he said was wrong, and there was a great need for social acceptance and inclusion.
Wow, that is some very intense experiences for a child of your age, and I can completely understand if that's something that stuck with you for the years to come. Now, you moved to Dubai in 2016. You reunited with your father here. So, how did things move for both you and Sri when you came back to Dubai?
Back in India, to a large extent, my mom was handling everything, all the aspects of Sreehari. There was help, but from our family members, but everything was handled by mom alone. And I was really young, so I couldn't help much with a lot of things. So that's when we decided to come here and stay with my father. And it was a really good decision because it was when we came here that a lot of drastic changes came about with Sreehari and myself. And I think one reason that my father said that he wanted us here was he was concerned about my social interaction and my brother's social interaction. So both of us, he was really concerned about that. Sri joined here in Al-Noor special school, and I joined in James Millennium School, Sharjah. Al-Noor played a good role in helping him be where he is right now. And the first year of Al-Noor was something called PACT, a parent and child teacher training. So it was compulsory for the parent to come and sit with the child along with the teacher and learn how to handle and how to do therapy, which had to be implemented at home as well. So there was intense training at home, and she knew what had to be done. There were guidelines. It helped in bringing all of us together, the whole family, because I was a little grown up and mature to understand that she needs help. My father was also here, so mobility was not a problem. We could travel anywhere easily. And Noor gave a complete umbrella of all sorts of therapy together. So I think because we saw her working at home and that she needed help, so we also started getting involved. And unknowingly, we all put in our efforts to what Sreehari is right now. I think another important role I played was in giving a break to the parents. They were always 24/7 in duty, so they needed a break sometimes. So when I would tell my parents to go out and I would take care of Sreehari, and Sreehari and I would have nice time at home, and they would also get their break. So that's one thing that I think most siblings play an important role in, giving a break to the parents.
Yeah, of course, that's a fair point. I think parents do need a break once in a while. And I completely acknowledge the point that you say that when the entire family is involved in caring for a child, the results are much better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now let's move on to your early experiences as a teenager. So as a teenager, tell us about your experience at school and the community.
I think most of my memories and most of the experience I've gained is during my early teenage years, because that's when I started thinking and having my own ideas and opinions on things. So one thing that always struck me was spreading awareness and making people understand how sensitive of a topic this is and how to deal with people with autism. There were many platforms given by the school to improve our speaking skills. One such thing was jam session. That's how most of my classmates came to know about autism, because I used to talk about it in my jam sessions. So all my classmates knew about it and they were also accepting. And apart from that, there was Heavenly Angels, which is a group of families, and it brought a lot of families together. And one thing I mentioned before was how they are socially excluded and about social isolation. This problem was solved by this whole community. So all these families came together, and it's not just about having friends or having someone to talk to. There were also a lot of experiences, ideas, and shared between them. So I think for myself, I had a lot of siblings there to talk to. So we could share our experiences, and it was really nice hanging out with them because they knew how we siblings think. We don't think like a normal sibling would. So I think that was a really good experience. So another family, we all went to a restaurant, and Sreehari was a little cranky that time. and he wanted the food. He was really hungry. So he was throwing a tantrum and he was screaming in the restaurant. So the other families were looking, and I think the mothers or the fathers, they became really tense and worked up because they're always looking. There's a lot of incidences when the parents get worked up because everyone's looking. One thing we should remember is that we're not going to see them again. It doesn't matter to us if they think in a certain way. We should prioritize the child before strangers.
Sure. It's a fair point about the restaurant experience, and we can't be too sensitive about how people look and stare. You just have to be comfortable about having a good time together. Yeah. Now, how can youth get involved, and what is your message to the youth?
First, inclusion and acceptance is the initial step to this whole process. So if you want to make a change, first you have to bring a change within yourself. You should start accepting differences and bring in inclusive changes. So if there is an activity, you could bring changes so that it is inclusive to a wider audience. Second point is spreading awareness. That is the easiest thing and the most influential thing that you can do. So awareness, right now we have a lot of social media platforms, and it's so easy for our generation to spread awareness. It's right in our fingertips. So we could just share a story, share a post, and you would be enlightening a lot of people. By volunteering, you get to work with these children. So you get a wider understanding about autism, and you can share your experiences with others in that way. And volunteering brings us a lot of happiness.
Thank you for that very interesting message. Tell us a little bit about what's your plan for the future.
So I want to become a doctor, and also I want to extend into research of neuropsychology because it's an untouched topic, and my career path was more or less influenced by Sri. And apart from my career, I would also carry along with my passion, which is music and social work. So yeah.
So music is a great talent to have. Can you sing a few lines?
There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful.